Citizen TV, the citizen's power. 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 Citizen TV, the citizen's power.
Now, most of the NDC phone baby winning. We not they see they say baby maintaining omo
is seat.
Yes, is seat no.
Okay.
Anything I'm man for I say NDC phone be can say yes omo because baby maintaining.
Okay.
And other place are not MPP for no almost so maintaining.
Okay.
But the majority of women say NDC phone na do draw saying. I can't say.
Oh, okay. Joelu Central for the first time. Okay. Joelu Central for the first time NDC won. Joelu Central. That's Ayawaso. But KOJ, quick one.
Well, I think that for me, I was not too surprised with the turn-off event.
Okay.
One because the last years. Near holding you could tell that one in terms of participation, very low. And I remember yesterday on one of our bulletins. Now, Governor said back where I said, I mean, he's not too surprised. He doesn't see that turnout in a very, very high unless there's political participation in it. And for me, I feel that in as much as there were some infractions, even in my own constituency, Senya East, there were some kind of infractions because we were told that machines have been near Juma, political party don't have room, and all that. But for me, I was equally disappointed in the Electoral Commission because my had the way for many years now. And then just in quote common district level elections. Now Akwa could say that it's very disappointing on the part of Electoral Commission.
Yeah, but let's talk about the infractions. Menya sure say Kwame, if na munyinya in your pockets of reports free as a month for chinchim microphones.
Okay, one Oko Kaswa Otames.
Yeah.
Kaswa Otames.
Yeah.
Jose almost 2 years we as it stands now, crowd almost declare nipa no win because it been between ballot away no coil box 2. As it stand now, you declare
district level.
Yeah, yes.
Abattoir.
Yes,
surprising.
Yes. And
how? Because a hon otames on a man for to say a 1 year MPP stronghold. Even in the main election, a hono baby I have a come sit I really the NDC candidates pass, so they believe that only NPP stronghold. So and then you be able to make sure that we cripple that election.
Unim say no NDC no we need one place because 4 places now.
Yeah.
Or we need one place. It's other 2 nights or more kind of more win. And I'm about to call the court. The artist stand on intimate declare say Nipa winner, Nipa winner.
Okay. And I have Fabio.
And I win by a foot. Also,
after your market.
Yes,
I want
to have allegations say that one get a vote by Combucra Chiska. That's one about a after market is quite Chiska.
But I want to say after your market bodyguard coaching Sika is what we Radio Gold reporter, you know.
There were issues in a futu consensus, but I don't know what I was
because
there.
and you obi send me information bisa, but me and pay attention to it. But we will cross check.
Yeah,
we will
okay,
cross check.
okay.
Then Ashanti region, Eastern region, Omontoy.
Eastern region, almost any Ashanti region, because and also failing of biometric machines. Any other so it's very disappointing, and I don't think that any well-meaning Ghanaian would be happy with the conduct of the Electoral Commission. So common district like and how in the 2024 this is just like a mock exam for the Electoral Commission.
It tells you that we are dealing with a very reckless woman. A man for because on say the last time about one district level yeah there were issues but none to see. You understand, so which means now they are testing something new towards 2024.
Sure,
they are testing something new,
where
they say they can use it to manipulate the 2024
elections.
You know na akofasa problem we na aba.
But if Electoral Commission, you did a press conference assuring Ghanaians say why you ever ready. So why you ever ready? I'm sure that even if the intention is to manipulate this one for purpose of the nearby election, you could have done it well. Manipulation put we fail. And the say oh yeah, what the whole kind of fencing total disaster.
But you see, they are testing the system. They are testing the system. They have brought in new equipment. They test the system. They are telling us you use indelible ink view.
Yes.
Into Bahia.
And it can be a big problem.
Baby, and Taform you. Almost a check first penny, no. Kakrano couldn't go through because it gave the same feedback. So why dada? You understand? So yes, say they are testing equipment to steal the 2024.
Because the only thing that prove the casting of ballots, the indelible ink.
Yes. Yeah.
It takes days for it to be wiped off.
Because and mete sa foolish boy no or easy one boss man kwasiano. Mete nenka or say because now we have biometric, there is no need for indelible ink. But 2020, you use the indelible ink and you use the biometric.
Sure. Indelible ink, I think that once our NDC for about back to IPAC, I think that they should strongly oppose.
The point is one. The IPAC, let me tell you, Jane Mensah, that idiot, on IPAC meeting. No.
Even of record unsolicited for views.
No.
She imposes her intentions.
Indelible ink issue. Woman discussing or IPAC. Talk to the political parties or Mokono. They never discussed it at IPAC. She will go and meet on a sad nema akoshifo mano or matutu or moniachi abesu or mohano. Omokoshia or cantonments. They talk about something, they take decisions.
And I was reading comments on social media. And Yansafwa said woman face me and Jaffa so from penny 4 who spoke hate back John Dramani Mahama years ago, criticizing him for every single thing he did. Where are they? Me am former moderator, me a president, me am former moderator, Marty.
But you know, then your former moderator is a thief. Then you said that a thief.
Sir, or say a president Kufa the by Bisan as was easy and he doesn't talk. He responds to text messages.
Well, about them. Yeah, about them. But the point is that anybody say KOJ we are surprised. So who check one more history very well. Omo acquire omo faso a form of mine in Yama. And the only time omo form of mine in Yama is by joining hands with the UP tradition. That is the only time. Yeah, they did it with Buzianum. They did it with Kufu Adonum, Epapanum, Edward Kufu Adonum. You understand?
Yeah.
So they have been in this, and Osha, a family, the Mate family, a family, Omo diagrache, and Atwaswa Baba Besine. So how can we get back and grab whatever?
But Commander,
we need to use.
We should understand that the 2024 election are come. Let me do or die. No matter the example, do or die.
My position, my Kai NDC response on this assembly elections and the infractions and all that I've read there. I think the NDC treated this government and na assigns with kid gloves. That is what I feel. I may be wrong.
Of course, I agree with you. Yeah, I was even saying that it looks like the NDC is not ready for power.
Because my reading Omo a statement, and the statement is a little bit.
Because even me yesterday on 505,
it's not biting.
Mustafa Bande said that they have evidence of Honorable Hakum Sisode on the hooligans enam. Where is the video? If indeed you have video, show it. Yeah. Take it to the police. Let them investigate the issue. Let them bring perpetrators to book.
But you see, I mean, if I want to assume that NDC Nimadia Omoye, because now they are testing the system. Yeah, you see in Delibo equipment, I say, you better be winning. They will translate it to 2024. Ubos you bet me out to voter region baby. No man catch us Ashanti region betum the following day.
I agree. That's true.
Yeah. James said that idiot.
But you're calling for chaos.
Yeah, that foolish woman on ne busuya, they will get what they want to get. My only problem is that I don't want to think NDC is that weak. However, some of us who were around in 2008, we know how the NDC fought a power in 2008 when Kufonum were just about to plunge the country into something. You understand? And sir, project event.
Yeah.
Process. What do I say? A process. It starts from somewhere. Akufo-Addo winning 2016 was a process. He was daring the security.
Where is the process? On the part of the NDC?
Now everybody in NDC is afraid of the kind of security Akufo-Addo is using. Everybody is afraid going to cells. Everybody is afraid losing his or her freedom. You understand?
But if you say rescue mission, you have to go through every single pain to rescue the nation.
The kind of force that Akufo-Addo used. Akufo-Addo to me use force through baby. Emma Ghana for catching this for say Akwa we obekon to kwantimu de mumie nyai ma no. You understand?
Yeah. It's true.
Oh, obo not on to my Akufo-Addo. Media Akwa we open to kwa opeso okonto kwa mu nyai ma no na asumdue mra. You understand?
So he wants sympathy votes out of violence.
Out of violence. Me there, I've been telling the NDC. Me niano, but se me na NDC Kramia. Enka sa district about 2 way level way no. Oh nka ebefe.
Because
remember na ya ofe na me dey send the signal amount say ade say na me no nyina beye. Because una uma asisi nsuom nam hotel. Nkwasi afo sa no. Mo na mo ayi ajapade. You understand?
The NDC should have gathered information to organize press conference even today.
Mona more cantonments, Mona more to top prime lands, Mona more projects. So if you want us to destroy it, we are here. We will destroy it. Maybe that is my approach. So maybe hand is Crimea. I won't go back. Number issue statement, but say they say no, because when you say Tema East, Tema West, Bepim say me no ka say, Omon ka yabano, and then this for no boys na ye ka, e wo Lord kwanu mu, and omu nya obi ama no meboa wo mu.
Can you imagine?
Omu fra me fra homache. They were like Bobie Monsormra. Oh, but kono ye bebusa say ko in what capacity?
Exactly. So we a party penny and as we ko century.
Omo oyeso omo frɛ omo no. Omo nyamoa because omo so omo frɛ, I don't want to mention name. Omo say nipa na catch am say assembly ye non partisan. Into omo ntimi ma.
While you know that the politics are no matter what.
Oh,
let's know.
I don't want to mention the person, but almost say.
But if that is what the person said, then the person has disgraced his own party.
Well,
because
serious guy no oko contest say do sali do no. According to Omoche say he won his place in the electoral area. He won. Omo be ka ba no. Omo epesom de ko ba bi fufuro kai.
Wow.
And then this phone call and score per tire. No more be see just no more to. Says some of the boxes ni be free akode
yeah,
just a mushi attire in a good form. No more year warm ma dear chin. Sabe ya nipa beba. Minim says I'm in be a cobo.
You see, and this is where youth on my bamboo. Because even Ketwa imponu ye from Namo Madia in a do consider they are from my maintain ye big Janus. So and this is where the NDC has to be vigilant. And make sure say they meet or they match up with the new patriotic party boot for boot, whether they like it or not.
Yeah. So because say Nipano, you have this foolish woman sitting at the EC there, and she thinks she can do anything and get away. The woman is running away from a procurement breaches, knowing that NDC coming to power, she will be prosecuted. So Mama no to us ano. Where this Cabone Edim Kwasi Asema, she knows very well.
Of course, with the procurement breaches issues in the
what I say. So let's do everything. Let Baumia come. Nama resign from EC. After 4 years, Mumbai we in us have not died. You understand?
Such wickedness to the nation.
Into no Mama no to us ano. On a boss man, they are running away from so many things. And to no now Akufo-Addo the nation say it's in your own interest to make sure that you manipulate the system.
So be a one kasa you not be prosecuted.
Exactly. Because hey, eba enya miankwa. Ubekobi. What you say? So what here a year PDS leaked tape between Gabi Dako and a Sa Baba Noa. What you small kind? Or catch and say look, so more you dem ho me anya de we ya. After going to opposition. Yes. So they know. They are aware of the consequences. And now, Obia from an angle should fight and fight well.
Sure.
Dampare, procurement breaches, other murder cases is hanging around his neck.
Also on the security part, and he has to manipulate.
Exactly. On this imra. Now, Mume prosecute no. And Dampare keeps on telling, and I saw one or two media from Monka me call your mama fee, Ayana Atamios. We know his interest. Yenim where he is coming from. Omo nim Dampare na they don't know Dampare. Go to Pepra, upon Pepra, Ghana Armed Forces.
Yeah.
Upon Pepra has been with the UP tradition from day one, way back. Nothing raging commotion upon Pepra or more. What do you say? These Ashanti old men, no, you don't give chances. So they too, they need to protect because look, even in the military, the kind of things that esi wo garu eyo mo use omo boys le do omo aye. There is no way power will change and upon people will go scot free. Even if the next government decide not to touch them, somebody will just walk to their family and do what is needful.
And they're not correct.
So enya better more sa going enya kufo Rollins time na uko opposition no afa ho adi no. Now Ghanaians are learning hard way, and people will teach Akufo-Addo the hard way on the street. But so they are running away from all these things. And omoye first test the actual. Me say omoja Ashanti region, Eastern region, 2024 general election. Ombema bebia to we catch or say Ashanti Eastern better the next day.
Bobie, I hope that the NDC is seeing the signals on the wall.
Because anybody be catch us by 3 p.m. na bebia ya to baby.
Yes.
And yes, I know kind. Say by 3, Emma, even MPP, NDC, they were talking about it. And yes, I know, say 3 p.m. no, on point.
Yeah, 3.
Assembly level,
elections.
3. So, they a pilot project in Omoye. That pilot project, no, or catch us here, be 3, no, and what Danny at the end, no, the call. Say Ashanti, any Eastern, and better that way. Thursday,
yeah.
Ekropon, Omukrum, better Thursday. Omo be kwa drew 2024 ene mu be di nkomo bi awie they will come back and tell you you better voter into strongholds no omo beto and this strongholds no ntem first day no mo the military ni police agina omo so no mo ka cho say the Eastern Ashanti any part eye omo no stronghold no
yeah
they caught the next day because of failure of this, failure of that, failure of this, failure of that. Yeah. That is what they...
Sometimes when you look at the conduct of the EC, it makes you fear as a Ghanaian going into 2024. But we shall allow.
Keoje, they should fear. I am telling you.
I don't know. Because just like you said, the youth are more discerning. I don't
know. Kujira, baby, can and Kwasi Assembly. Well, we shall see.
I say I am still the president until December 2020.
We shall see. Mona mo first go. Mona mo first ke pe baby akwa because 2016 John Kuma your friend say Samia Oku editor ogu no ko ho say Samia Oku to bo okra no odwane. We just ka Anthony Kabo John Kuma ana hwan abunom. Now, omo boys now omo form one national security one. They don't know. Omo yankwala omo nima de kura ekoso. They have no clue. They don't understand anything. When I go, Davio boys no me national security for ni bia. Last week, ebi frame me. Sending me pictures. If you omo sisi wo ka so achiri wo no.
Wow.
Ba go kura frame say memra omo obeye it's a house party.
House party.
So be war me and Charlie Bobby for sit. You know, I'm saying no no. What's that? As I said, what was what kwasia. Go there. Go to Danfa. Actually,
yeah, they
are there. Do you think these boys wants to fight and die and leave all those things?
Not at all.
Okay. And it's a Akufo-Addo say Yabeha, Umama na what properties across. No more seen across you know and Sasi or Mafefa. That's all see Yabeha. Gabi na Sasi radio. Yabeha.
But
Yabeha. When I say Ukrum, your friends say Chebi. Why you say Tezex? Yabeha. So see Yabeha, I'm going to see a Cassan Yabeha.
Bobie, the NDC should be vigilant. Baby Adruno. Because the MPP is bent on breaking the 8. Breaking the 8. No matter imagine is a cost form on be breaking.
I don't want to sound like I don't know what the NDC they are doing. Because me call meeting. Yeah, mudi. But me that's what they are me from into NDC so say on budget power. We should use every legitimate means to get Akufo-Addo Bawumia these criminals out of power and teach them lesson on the street.
Okay.
Which you use every legitimate means. Every means. Even NDC Diana Nyeya, Ghanaians should find another legitimate every means possible. Adiana Yadinya Wamu as central, right? As North.
As North.
We should replicate it. As North, Georgie, and you're being a catcher. Mimi list to a drew chromo 3 weeks too. We were moving through the bushes, talking to the boys, talking to ghetto boys that matter. Womu ba mumuru womu kuomu. So mu bedim kwasi asemo ha. Ya kwa tosa media mfinom. Na manu bisu nemu. Boga for na ndisi bogas no. Ya omu de ya na omu eye pentimeni mansa na omu aba campaign no. Ombe Photoshop no omu ba no. Na adwuma no ya wie.
Mo wie adwuma no.
Aha. Ento obi antwen omu. Because keoje say me no ka say Akufo-Addo cars na kwaji $25 million dubious contract. You bet you are travel in the next 4 years.
Yeah,
so almost say na on person mo ye no a. Akufo-Addo the same phone back no where we shall see. Where we shall see. Where we shall see. Una wo mama more properties. Hey, Sergeant Do. One survive it. Omo president form do almost abro omo say omo ye mema. When it came to the crunch, what happened to Gaddafi?
Yeah.
Oh, Jane na ne be Jane. What happened to Bagbo? Bagbo ire, they raped him. They raped her. So Rebecca and Kasa and Akufo-Addo. Na sa ne well
arrogance in the bar.
Debio. Dia come de no onzro wo. Boys them on street more money abre wa Akufo-Addo no so no. They don't care. Those NAPCO people no money abre, they don't care.
I tell you. NAPCO for yes Shambo say after the program, you be more permanent. Now omu nyina go back to Graduate Unemployment Association.
They don't care.
So where was the promise then?
They don't care. They don't care. They are coming no. Sikanini here ni ku. Oyani no unim de oka. Enaminu be wune. Enaminu be shepie to baako. Ena wa nkumi a me meku.
No great.
Na sikani no. Ohwe ne plasma TV. Hwe ne AC about them. Hwe ne atmosphere ne ka sesi wa. Ono what is sikani ka se me no be wuda.
David no wuna ho be ve Japan no.
Sikani ka sa wo se o de metro pa. Sikani nye gidigidi. Ti sa wo so wanya sika da de. Mo go trust da be ba be ye gidigidi a. O hia ni onsro wo. Yeah. Onihwe.
Onu be wu mama for about benefit.
Oh, yeah me na ono de no.
Sure.
He has nothing. And this I say, well, ya be hwa. No, catch o ma no. No mu tutu o mo adan ne o mo ne ma no free Ghana. Mo na mo asisi niema. Yes, o mo ada properties in Guyana,
Sure.
Dominican Republic, into we no mo ja okra no no problem. Yate. But who abusia wa bomosu? This and your hype. Play.
Now the omnya ko good dining mu abrochiro.
What is sawo mu nyina? No obi ahu say there. Wonni nipa ba akokora wo Ghana. Because for us to sit here, for them to replicate the Yahunu our assembly, you know, me I won't speak for NDC because any member who are okay, almost say a man can radio, so we know what we know.
Okay.
We know what we are here now. Actually, pa, ye tem komo. Inti me da sorry a. Master nyansi nyame bua me. Na se me nko akura metimi atu Akufo-Addo ne ba wo mu a me ntu wo mo. No bia ho nto because these are demons, criminals. Keoje, thank you.
Kwabena Bobie Ansah.
And you be discuss ade we o. Ejapade. Okay. Thank you. Mamenko efutu na mene enu ma no Kofi. Oya adwuma Radio Gold enkodi nkomo. Kofi akwaba.
Yeah.
Kofi at say.
That's what me know.
Oh, emphasis ya.
Hello, but what me can?
Pacho me tu on kaminia. Pacho what emphasis ya.
Me one kind.
And district assembly about to know what happened. I didn't see it.
Yeah, me that say. And assistant training, you know, yes, man, say me call Winneba. Na me call provide coverage of the election. Na ya koso. A photo or something. I'm talking about the district assembly elections, you know. And I'm maybe I may call. Yes, I may call. Provide coverage, you know, electoral area, no, your friend Abasaba, North electoral area. How Anna, your one and I provide coverage for the election, and you inquire, so cheerful be so no some can almost some COVID. Now, from the beginning, and upon this, I could see you, and will not be electoral officers, you know, electoral materials, you know, they started, most of the police station, they started on time. Into the year also boko until say a VM around 3:30 hono. Abra na me wo police station bako I wo University of Education almost central campus na police station minu na na wo. Na me gina bako ho na me monitor election no. Me gina na me hu say car bi abe park wo car no Toyota Corolla ana ne car no ash. Car no be park wo no de be ko me hu ani say driver no eyi ska Okiteska bondo 555 cities fresh from the bank. And I was practice scanning from her. Not two scanning from her. Not say you do not to scanning from her.
Oh, hold on, Kofi. Kano.
But I say,
Kano.
I am missing Kano, a Toyota Corolla, Kalani Ash.
Opeke Kano number.
Daddy.
Okay, all right. Okay. Pacho Twaso.
Okay. I call you and say, she's scanning from what to scan go from Hono. Oman original line, and on Babe Tuabano. Omin free lining, and I almost call some from scanner. Into no be from scanner from her. Into me as in century, you know, I am in Nakaka, I was a little shocked. Into me, the phone, send me video, the air question. Nti Abraham nipa na drive car na o to scan go form no ohu me send me video na nyame nkwa me any incentry ni ba ko all so ejuma on nice fm ewo Winneba eho de no lady ni ye friend Abena Sewa ono so incentry ni eho na me ne nam nti Abraham video no so video nti ohu ye wie no ana o tu car no koye nti o tu car no koye no and do 5 minutes ana another car buy no na metro man fo bi na omteka ni ana you see ye na ba ko jira kan na ba ko e ba me so oba e na o se o pese oni me di nkomo ana mi za se nkomo be na pese oni me di ana o se video na e wo me phone so no o pese me fa me phone man no delete video no free me phone so ana am say how can I don't know you from anywhere, how can I give you my phone to delete a video from my phone? Me kase ya na wa holding me na me say really good atade enemy me press start actually me wa holding me say me gidi say me fa me phone man no me say me fa phone man no it no picture me or so me say no chase me say by force so give phone free me say na me say me fa phone man no dia ko am na kase me say den ko me fa no me say me fa no e me ya me pija ko e ni because I say emu say na emu ya me ya iti na mfafo na mano ohu se mi mfafo ni mano no enu oche sekan oyi sekan jackknife so the sekan be womi enu ohwe wani no ka che mi se obetimi okumi a
meba o de oyi meba Kofi de oyi jackknife no na one hwan na nam
me si ayo no kwa na ona no kwa ka ne be pake wo no macho men for two ne si free car nim ana ba ko ejuna ka na ba ko ba me so nti de ba me so no no eno yi sekan no ono kwa na ba me so no ni lady no eno ba e so be gi e phone na wa delete video no afi e phone so nti no fa
uhunu a meba uhunu abehu no
ami hunu si ami hunu
I see.
You only say be no. Inti non fa phone na man no yi knife no say o hwe mani no say. So fa phone na man no go kumi. Okumi a enko be bia. Obi antimi nya no hwe. Inti at that point no me go say me ko person and me dia phone no man no. Me dia phone no man no and o ji lady no ono so e di me phone e share ne bag him. Inti what ti lady in the bag. Na bag e lady no o ti bag no. Ah lady in the bag no na the phone me no na ewum. Any musica any medication abag no we na here say asthma e so nti o je bag no any phone in akoye nti abia o yes no na me phone no beto aba o no phone scan no obi a oni University of Education Central Campus ho no o mo get na no pe no nti na me phone bebre ho esi opete mu nti ọmọ mu ọni bibi eba gaani so ana na ọmọ boni di Adams Jai ọyọ na Adams Jai na ọmọ pata no so Adams Jai Adams Jai ẹna ọyọ de ọbẹyẹ ẹna ọkọọyẹ nti later ana maame fọlọ wọn ọmọ kakyere ni sẹ gaani efe na Adams na ọyẹ afẹnyọ Markins ni bodyguard MP ọwọ efutu ayẹ na Alexander afẹnyọ Markins ni bodyguard ẹni sa gaani efe na Adams no.
Okay, so at that particular moment, you know, na Afenyo Markins eni eho ebi.
Na Afenyo Markins no other polling stations are monitor elections.
I see. Moko police station ko report e.
Yeah, if you want ana many lady ni call police station I wo Winneba and call here report. You call here report e wo ho. Omo cho enum sem de ekesi na nti after that no be man district commander no number. And I'm a fair commander. And I'm in
police station.
But I say,
Moko police station.
Yes, me call police station. I want Winneba. Police station. I want Winneba. No, I want to call and I call here a report about this scene now.
But Mobo
now, any lady no.
Mobo Adams needing X-ray police for no.
But I need now a report. I do not police for no. You Adams needing say or no another G and your man. Now, after you can't say no, and no police in the whole actual. If you're sure you and found no for Adams no force. And I'll catch Adams and say, your phone, journalist phone now, what Jenny Bargain on phone in bra. And Adams catch a policewoman and say, phone no bargain or they come on the boss. Name the boss to call. I want to say that the police in Winneba, they know this guy called Adams. I want to see an arrest of this guy. I want to see a prosecution of this guy because the guy yesterday spotted me and the other journalist from Nice FM. He robbed us. He pointed a knife at us and robbed us. He took away my phone, took the lady's phone, took away her handbag containing her money and her everything.
Okay, so which means
apprehend this guy.
Hello, Kofi. So which means Sesiano. Phone the so Kofi no. Sorry, Adams no.
That's what Adams no. See, I mean, no, yam phone Diana obi Adam or the amount of medical for flashing.
Anna Adams no say or catch Winneba police ni say or the one girl in Yamana command boss, which is Afenyo Markin.
The person the minimum boss but son or can ever phone so.
I see. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, you better do but you better see afro. Okay, so that's it. Also my catcher must say edin pictures. You compile go. You didn't come say ya and yes bibia. Da MPP beko opposition no, we will start looking for all these boys. Adams, Afenyo Markin be produce akwano ewi akete no osre. Say obi anka obi ahwe. But we are just keeping names, keeping pictures. Here the go. Obe produce na ewi akete na Afenyo si gusro. Intisa. Okay, so let me do this. Mene Seth Saba Banini ɛwɔ Otamens electoral area Ewutu Senya East. Okay, so Seth Akwaba. I like say aspirant, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Moaba no Mabobo.
As I speak with you, there, you declare and I am ball results for Otames electoral area.
Old timers, right?
Yeah, Otames.
Old timers. Oh, okay. Old timers as in OLDTI.
No,
MENS. Otamens.
Yeah, Otames.
Okay, this is the first time I met it. So what happened? Where did the call Sunra?
I think Endra elections number Shasiamapana. Now, proud to the election day, we have submitted letters of accreditation for the various polling agents at the EC. In fact, on Monday, I had my team members spending virtually the whole day at the district EC office. At the district EC office for the accreditations to be made. And then they were dispatched home around 6 p.m. that we will be called the following morning, or it will be served the accreditation the following morning. So no, Monday you may bear 10 something, and I may receive a call from EC office was there. We were supposed to do something in accreditation there, and I was saying, neighbor, like it's 10. But assuming person let's know it will not be possible. And so I'll make sure by 6 a.m. that's Tuesday, I'll have someone there pick the accreditations. And you know, say April, my electoral area had the PM, the presiding member for the Ewutu Senya East Municipal Assembly as a contestant in the elections. And he happened to be the only candidate now our accreditations, Edema, the polling agent. So when Emma EC officials may insist, say every other polling agent and accreditation any ready as an panel. Money agents and the details. I was a polling agents be after before the start of elections. This became a bone of contention for several minutes. And Sana, you need to for accreditations no at the buy. So these were some of the challenges at the buy. Fast forward, yet to Abana, the response was good. In fact, people wanted change in the neighborhood. And, we had worked hard. The reflections from Omombe to Abana na Ekomain. Results started coming in. Positive results, of course. And the movie from one of the cluster areas, Otames electoral area now has a total of 15 polling stations in 4 clusters. We have the Oakland cluster, we have the Stratos cluster, we have the Comfortano cluster, and then the Marvelous cluster, with the Marvelous cluster having 5 polling stations at a go. And Marvelous near BBR, a coalition center. So after the results came in, at the Oakland cluster, I had won 2 out of the 4 polling stations there. The presiding member had won 2. At Father Stratos, we have 2 polling stations there. I had won that place hands down. At the Comfortano cluster, the presiding member, strangely, had all the full polling stations coming to him with huge numbers. At Marvelous now, I started gaining from the provisional results. So we went in, we suspected something fishy. We went into the coalition center, we engaged the returning officer that we would like a recount of the ballot. Every candidate has the mandate or is entitled to a recount if you suspect something. If the results tally the provisional results announced now, that's fine. If it doesn't tally, then we can go on to have 3 more counts to certify the results. We engaged him, we gave him reasons to count. Initially, he was dragging his feet,
and then at a point in time, now, you say, Obe my recount, and one mistake. This Mr. Guy is the campaign manager for Howard Kumsen in the constituency. He came in, and by the time I hear counting, and the moment I light out, and we're in electoral area, and I think 2 other electoral area. So at the coalition center, we have to be a factor.
Time burn almost started counting, no?
Counting started at 5 p.m. I had moved for the Stratton cluster. 505 the Oakland cluster to monitor because that place happened to be a place I want to check across. So I moved to go and take care of the place. And so I'm returning officer say all clear space now one my recounting of the whole place. So beside me say, is it only a cluster? And I say no, let's do all the 15 police stations no way cluster. I'm not staying in the dream. I know Kwabena for tax and they buy. Or they buy now. As soon as we buy now, there were some police escorts so on mobile apart from police for no. I don't know if the police people were part of the reinforcement because the protracted discussions with the RO and agitations among the electoral people, that's the normal electorate and the EC officials. And it will surprise you to hear some of the comments from EC officials. EC officials they say, just I think the view said they were not going to grant us that. The RO had not even said that. Said they were not going to grant us that, and that she expected me to be there. And I asked a very logical question. She just look at how feeble Nigerians is here. Say, in the presidential elections, is anyone president able to be at the over 29,000 polling stations? No. But if he suspects that there are things wrong, we are entitled to call for a recount and I'll be this out. By the time I'm standing by his presence and then what he spoke to the EC officials, together with the men audio mobile and changed everything entirely. And so a positive action that was going to be going to the recount to make sure say our suspicion is right or wrong now.
So at what point normal ebefa a ballot boxes no? Me person the time no other issues or takwane other places. So we just want to pick it quickly.
Yes, car sabia na oba table no and a police for the chassis say omo tie me phone. If you are living Mr. this one Mr. Nima or Howard Kumsen campaign manager now.
But Howard Kumsen eba at that particular moment.
Howard Kumsen and me electoral and Mr. Nim eba or Mr. Nim is the campaign manager for Howard Kumsen.
Okay.
And she may not catch police for or any issue officials. In Japan, you so many normal stepping back. I thought initially said they were creating space for the recount to happen. Before I don't know, like we were not able to breathe. Your coach, I for your minimum. I think so the entire man I had to then one of his guys ran and then snatched ballot boxing contention adequate.
Mr. Enimno guys.
Yes.
Mr. Enimno guys.
Obedu police station just when he was about to
get Nepacho. Onipa no snatch a box no. Nipa no Mr. Enimno nenam.
Your boys now on your mobile station.
Okay. But at the crown where mom when he says say yamu yanu mo hu at the crow.
Nepacho baby. Yeah, your engineer who but before that thing that happened, you will say all the issue officials and the police had to step back after Mr. News spoke. We didn't know. In our mind, we thought they were opening up the space to bring in more tables to arrange the ballot boxes, and then we'll start.
But at the crime, when you are muntu me humeno, more at the crow.
Yeah, at the crow.
Whether a pepper spray and answer. A tear gas or any one will be there.
Whatever they see, engineer, it happened that particular action.
That is
4 times.
Maybe now, and Crawford winning in that feeling, no, and answer Monkwa.
yeah, you want table no wait, you know. First instance, no bad, in banning them and no banner, almost as a young council, they will be a Janico, I know. It be more anti-pubium, and it would interest you to know, sir, these men that came, some were brandishing guns, pistols, and other weapons before the people to scare the people.
Ballot boxes normal for say.
That's what I say.
Ballot boxes normal for say.
Over the 3 boxes in all, and on the January.
Almost fire no, almost for a car bay, a Mr. Nim the car now say they just run away with it.
Almost January, almost the ballot box back across a road now because coalition center never quite well. Almost the ballot box back across a road now. You chase you almost the back far. I just said the one. And about almost 2 white speaker demo. You're chasing car and so the only ballot are yet to be Ediko Kaswa District Police Officer, yet District Police Commander, and you're one of the ballot boxes. And look up on the police played with our mind. Almost
okay, but me about at that moment, not police for not there so our grounds so.
The police were there, but Mr. Nim by any the police now became more of protecting Mr. Nim or just being rendered America.
What I want to know is the air course not police for no ewo.
In the presence of them, Bobby,
okay.
One policeman now did the Akatani day, so he showed me gun and I'll try me say, I don't have money. Me miss a car, me the beton. And I'm saying, I may not have money, but I will not sell my conscience for peanuts. And that power will change in this country. It will change today, it will change tomorrow, and we will definitely come for him. We should not get anywhere. Even Nima, I can point him out. He demonstrated to me, said he was there because of Mr. Nim and his boys, and not us. How can you be driving a candidate out of the place, and allow Mr. Nim, who has no stake in this election, to the peripherals and his boys to listen? Do you know that?
Okay, so Meno can say no. Munyan declare winner.
Yes, they now declare winner for which is nice. But one thing I want the district director of elections, I can say whether I like it or not, you go ahead and declare the results by close of day today. Can you imagine?
But Nanka, even without the 3 boxes now, almost still you know. And I say almost.
I say almost in this conversation with you, I see almost. Then I asked her, the ballot boxes were not sealed. And that what is the guarantee? The ballot reflects the true choice of the people. And that staffing, of course, how would you know? And so what was an initial
okay, so what he's saying is Omo and Omo Ebed declare winner this evening.
That is why it's by close of today. They will declare, they will go ahead and declare that if I am agreed at the results, I can proceed to court.
Okay, all right. Thank you, my brother. Okay, so we rehearsals. We rehearsals. So, Nkomono, ebi owa takwa Nkomono, other places in Nkomono bi owa. Me no be kasa free northern region ene. And I'm busa the tactics are omu use here because almost omu police station crofo be attack almost and he gave me the scenario. And they would like to omu be replicate it come 2024. So over to you, Joe Latte. I'm fire no NCA. Na menkubenum. Star 413 hash. Star 413 hash. CMG scratch there. And then me check 1,000, 10 million. 1,000, 10 million. Pam. And then they me biem nipa be 15. Mo ambed ki abantem no mo dem. Okay, so Given says complaints, weakness, and lapses. You know the people you are going against. What measures did you put in place? Disappointment and we don't need this narrative in 2024. Okay, so Now, district assembly level, yes, nache ballot boxes. District assembly level, and even with that, they are complaining. Me also almost social media for no say apathy at the end there for Nkosia. But oye. All right, so a Japadia document. Tikwame, you will start with a year. This man here. Bobie, who is the head of security in the NDC party? I've asked you this several times. Me, I don't know. I have no clue. NDC no meka ho. I don't know. But at this point, at least the NDC should have central command where information is also. Yeti some we get documents. Some of the documents into NDC documents or Munsakano. We in Sakana they are not or kind of different way. We in Sakana they are not kind of there is no coordination. Everybody is running to public. They can't sit down and analyze. Yeah, scandals are NDC, especially Okuja Tonumune other MPs no. Omo I expose under this Akufo-Addo administration. Say NDC never power na MPs ensa cancer scandals we are. No NDC are buying on 4 years or now 8 years, no way. Yeah, they will coordinate it well. But we there, we no obi a person or call public me who say ono na ye ti okuja to man there so anu akoto atum no en ma there na we am so no I can do am so na we am man there so they are just going like that. There is no commanding point. Even some of the informations, some of the scandals, you don't throw it out there. Now say when you say omo asase recruit enkwala no community police for no omo recruit omo into mainstream police edo omo akodepo using forgery names, and they are recruiting the Ashantis. They are recruiting them. They know where they will take them to. They know. So, let's see how to. Mame, I'm picking from first page. Me pasa Ghana ni bia follow me awia way. Ejapade. Yebe yino 1-1. Yebe timi aye bia no yebe ye. So ejapade restricted document ejapade. I learned this man is the Chebi chief. Okay. So Mpacho, let's go. Yambra overshare a contents noa. Me Mpacho ye scroll kakra wo your Facebook page into bet me a follow. So overshare the contents noa. About the economic and financial sector control. So, economic and financial sector control. And you be dealing with the bullet points, point 1, point 2, point 3, 0.4 coming. Now, so you started with economic and financial sector control. So document where they came out to deny it. But no, let's start with the forward. Omo be denying ye, say, oh, enye no kre. Yanu nti na yene mo kamu asem. Ni ade atoto de esi no. Ni abusa ehwo asem se etisa na entisa. So this is the forward to our future made up of the present and the unborn. Omo ayango wo mumpo. For whom this will, a Japadier will of a nation is being prepared to our foremost king of Oripani. The progeny spread across this world for whom and to whom alone this sacred document is prepared. Even one links, ye beneficiaries of whatever is contained in this criminal document. As the heirs of Nana Apianin Kwaframa, whatever, Nana Kuntunkrunku, whatever. And for a penny, our people were never defeated in the wars of old. We were nobody's subject, and yet after 1957, we were made to live in the shadows of the descendants of people who never defeated us in war, while the Ashanti Kingdom was uplifted to put us in the shade. In the relatively recent times, the struggles and wares of J.B. Dankwa to restore Chiman to its original glory were thwarted, but he fought bravely to the end. Now, you see, this forward, Obia will follow Bibiano and shall say, Mokai say, that mad guy, or Safmafu, Mokai saw Safmafu making statement say, Yaji independence. Na santifo nka ho. Yeah, Osafma that madman. Ono na yes ha and so already ha say no a. Etwa picture kyerɛw. So already ha etwa picture e de kyerɛw because Osafma one of their allies, though not from Chebia Himfio, but he's an ally. He's an ally. Into one no de sumano say omeka. Omu wini powerful from one. That was the first kwasiakeka if you omanumbaye Jimmy Keka. Nobody heard the Kufado condemning it. Nobody heard National House of Chiefs condemning it. That look, adewe identitimu ba omemu, but na sa foolish man no not waka sa asem no. And that is why I believe that we are Santini now to aba me Kufuadua. Where Jimmy unim nyansa. We are Santini and you ever supported the Kufuado political career. Why Jimmy unim nyansa? You don't know exactly what is happening. We the typical Ashantis, we know. We know what is happening. And we have stood on our feet and fought it hard. So they picked Napo mami free achem or papa free. Oh, they started omu invade your territory numuntam. So omu yusu Napo ne sa kwa kromfona na nwa buagum na Greek minister no. Ba no. Akoto so mami achem. And omu trash Ashanti region. So they use them as Ashanti face. And this yaka running mate, omoka running mate when people no more can Ashanti no more kobo Napodi. Napo ya Ashanti, Napo ya Chimini. opoku prempe oya chimney omo penetrating system no style bi and so read this document we second paragraph no a confirm what Osafmaf asemo kan no na Osafmaf did make a statement when Jomama was in power or say omo mineral resources no dodo no omo mineral resources o masase no entra ho ema abusua omo ni hwe emeche dodo fo ade emma oman Ghana Osafmaf Penny Yakwasiya, as all catcher and say, okay, come Kwasia Sem. Wenum Bejna Bontia, na Omono Edwomo said true obisu say Wenum Eya Busian Papa mu. But deep down within them, they know when they enter into their rooms, in their chambers, in their closets, they know, they think evil about the other tribes, about the other people. Third paragraph. With the arrival of Nana in reference to Akufo-Addo, we see the rebirth of a second JB Dankwa who has come to the rescue. So now they see the second thief, the second criminal, second saboteur. Akufo-Addo behavior clearly should tell you, Tama and Nkrumah Epe independence. JB Dankwa was the one thwarting on my way efforts to get our independence. So yankai mama brofunu ngo kakra na yen serve as intermediaries between Ghana for and abrofono inti ye be governors na ye jinkra ye dia cooperating enu o makodwene ho ni abeka de broni so ka akere mo Nkrumah say no self-reliance now. We don't need them. Let them go. Nkrumah si vaku na JB Dankwa kromfo no na wanamase. Nkrumah si akoso modam JB Dankwa kromfo no na wanamase. Nkrumah si motorway Black Star Line JB Dankwa kromfo no na wanamase. Ebino no atame zomama esi ayi ye friend say atoabo gas na kromfo Akufo-Addo no na wanamase enye omusi eye UGMC na kromfo Akufo-Addo ne MPP fo no enye UGMC hospital enye omusi Ganwest hospital enye Bank of Ghana hospital enye Bokom Emporium enye Rich Hospital enye Kumasi Kejetia enye Ibrahim Mahama no mu kotu ayi Galamsey wo Edum enye Ho Airport enye Cape Coast Stadium enye Tamale Airport Phase 1 enye Kumasi Kejetia market hwese nsuo to ana nsuo bam Wamu traits no that's how they behave. So the forward a what sa document we no a clear eye opener. Otu aswa ochro said ye wo mo befa so akekere oman ne nsa agunachi. And Mr. Obibia wotie me. Just pick out the foreword, read it carefully. Number tiasiye. Me pacho yamra main issue neso yan here with the economic and financial sector control. Yan here with the economic and financial sector control. Yeah, Nanaya say Kotokraba market, Cape Coast. Yes, Kotokraba market. Almost anye. Bibianye. Now, introduction. I'll say the economy and financial systems constitute the nerves of every country. Indeed, political power and economic control are inextricably linked in such a way that any group that controls economic might of a nation essentially controls its political power. At the same time, political power is virtually a condition precedent to economic and financial power in our country and Africa as a whole. Our agenda for political dominance would hinge on our financial might. We therefore need overwhelming control of the key economic growth pillars of Ghana. Such dominance will assure significant inflow of resources to finance our political blueprint. Again, control of key economic and financial sectors will give unparalleled leverage in the periods we may not have direct political authority. With economic power, we could manipulate the system to generate an unfavorable economic situation enough to make any government of the day not directly under our control to become unpopular. The importance of a significantly large and stable financial firepower to finance the execution of our political and economic control project cannot be overemphasized. So these people want economic power. Enti krono no a omo bono de wiesika. The level a omo destroy o mine wiesika sa ni nyina no eye control. And now they are controlling the system. Yes. Yeah. At the end of our canker, but the level of omudisika ewra system numuno. The level of control omo pesika bebre eguo yakasa asem we ha. The reason why omo pesika na eguo ne say NDC winia, they will use the money to buy their way out. And not only that, they will use the money to disturb the system. They have money to sponsor boys. They will have money to buy arms. They will have money. And one more years kogu outside in such a way for John Mahama no say ombet nya jisikani nyina back no e beye den papa. Almost say uwia ketua bi a ye gi afru nsem anya den. But we are bebria yajia ebibeka. Now, point 1 to phase 1 overview. Me pacho no what the kosro now the kosro. The first phase of the economic and financial sector control was to be implemented in the next first term of office. As we get closer to the end of the first term, we have set the ball rolling regarding the objectives set out in our first document. There have been difficulties, largely due to some pitfalls on our part. For example, the control of the electricity sector could have been handled better had it not been for the greed of some of the non-Achim elites we had included as cover. So be PDS. PDS about time 2018-2019. 2018-2019. Gabi a leak tape no sa audio no you tum na ya moncha o manfo ade krank o mo pe e de ayeyen. So PDS was the first attempt. O man bia hoden ɛyɛ nyina mahoɔden sɛ mo nyina mahoɔden tɔ fam a ɛno ano no kaput finito nti yɛnyere yɛn ho ne yɛnsom ɛna ɔse nkurasefoɔ bi bɛfra wɔ mo saa nkurasefoɔ no na ama ɔmo antumi execute adekorɔ pɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ. Again, the way some CSOs obtain vital information easily about the Japa project has resulted in them wrong-footing us and emboldened the opposition to jump into the fray. We should, however, find some ingenious ways to overcome the opposition. Ingenious ways, clever ways. Ingenious means clever ways, witty ways. Ompe nyansa kwai biso, ompe nyansa kwai biso, ompe nyansa kwai biso, na omumfa. So nyansa kwai no, eye. How they can pay bribes. How they can pay bribes to the opposition element. To stop talking about, because PDS, me no ka say sika atiakam be $1.9 billion. Nobody is talking about it. They don't organize press conferences on it. But Skanakam is with them. Or say, changes in the leadership of most supervisory institutions, mainly the Central Bank and Securities and Exchange Commission, has allowed for other blueprints to be implemented. For example, the financial sector cleanup successfully eliminated most banks with hostile ownership. Hostile ownership. Let's do this. Young and Crawford banks. Banks. Ubusom say Heritage Bank. What happened? That candidate for jail, Anderson, Bank of Ghana, or say, the problem you say, Sedu Agongo is not fit and proper. And yes, sir. The problem you know. Okay, so we a leaked tape you bet you know a leaked tape between Gabi.
You can't go below 40.
No, sir.
At all.
Yes, Gabi. See, we come far.
I'm just trying to.
Yeah. No, I can't go below the 40. I would rather prefer getting off and just getting something out of it and just getting off.
Okay, so I see.
It's just to demonstrate that this is for me and it's not for anybody. And that is something I want to just come up very strong on.
Okay, if that's your kind of position, then we have to let the others know and sign out what we need for.
Okay, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
So what's here? Audio we na be kai a year overview no. Second paragraph. Or say, there have been difficulties largely due to some pitfalls on our part. For example, the control of the electricity sector could have been handled better had it not been for the greed of some of the non-Achim elites we had included as cover. Now, man, for a busa percentage, or more per percentage. Ya percentage way. Yena ma grown tea jano. Yena ma agrono a tija. There no be anu so mu yusu PDS edia be wiaye. Oko also from a year. The next page after the overview, they talk about data bank. Data Bank Financial Services has been playing the role of transaction advisor in major government deals, while the enterprise group is the main insurer of government assets. A fact. Me pacho say Ghana ha ye wo sesia no SIC egu State Insurance Company egu enterprise group and a main insurer for government agencies, departments, ministries, assets. Enterprise group eye kenoforiata dia. Data bank, major government deals, data bank engage them as transaction advisors. They take their way minority na kasa me pacho document we e dey Air Force. Is it not the role enterprise group is playing in your economic sector? Me pacho enya no kre. The role data bank e play enya no kre. And the na document we Air Force. Document we dey na Air Force. Okay. Our international proxies are also playing their parts in accordance with our broad objectives. The insertion of kernel GVG into the telecommunication space and the implementation of Unipass at Ghana's key entry points are other notable successes of phase 1. Me pacho Unipass issue now. That corrupt, fraudulent Unipass deal. Ewo Ghana port. Me pacho Ghana for esi na ensi ye. Edawa na se enaho. Kani GVG. Eya wo mo fa so wi $7 million. Eslo usu. Ekwa wi aso so mo chema se NDC fo bi nya bi o se de yo. Me I don't know. But the Kani GVG Unipass involvement. Eye Ghana ni bia nim sam. Enti e de na ma document we. Eye document a Air Force enya nkure. Otu aso say the digitization of payment process through the implementation of the Ghana Quick Response Codes, Ghana QR, is progressing steadily and is getting impetus from the desires of banks to entrench digital banking in response to COVID-19. The Japan Royalty Special Purpose Vehicle implementation has been slowed by COVID-19, but is one that must not be allowed to fail. So now, a Japan royalties. Mokai say Japan royalties issue nusu unity. Samokai yantam o minor agudie. Anfanko si awrwa. No munye hu sika ketwa bi. Say $500 million. Na kwase bi mefa ya agudie nyina nko because sa akromfo we led by Kufado Bawumia person will render this country a poor country. Ogboro says, Bobie, enterprise insurance has taken over the private sector too. They came to my school some months ago to insure my teachers and I sacked them. Well, notable setbacks occurred in the power sector. As civil society and the opposition entities were able to galvanize enough public opinion against the renegotiation and merit deal and the power distribution services PDS takeover of the Electricity Company of Ghana. The takeover of Kotoka International Airport by the use of management agreement is also one that is facing considerable headwinds from the workers. The lessons learned from this must guide our execution of phase 2 of the economic and financial sector agenda. These are vital assets that we must pursue in phase 2. Our media and public relations wing must strategize to control the public discourse to ensure successful acquisition of these assets. So in their first 4 years, Edusha phase 1 now, phase 1 would describe it for the first 4 years. In the first 4 years, no one to me and grab on your money. But then they need to have a new strategy, a new plan. The phase 2, no. A year, 4 more for the nano. afa ni ewura for more for nananum. So phase 2. This stage is scheduled to commence from January 2021, given the high likelihood of Ghanaians giving Nana another term to govern this country. This phase would consolidate. So going to 2020, they know. Said now a cab fee. In the document way, at the end of one a ma document way see what Ghana ha a ma document way a fraudulent document. Tell me, 2020, your brother America Kufa do lose. 2020, even what happened in Parliament was a clear signal. Mamento. The stage is scheduled to commence from January 2021, given the high likelihood of Ghanaians giving another term to govern this country. This phase will consolidate the gains made in the banking, insurance, and capital markets sector. It will also see to the taking of significant stakes in mining, oil and gas, telecommunication, as well as marine and aviation, the area of general manufacturing and commerce, which was not part of phase 1, has been introduced here. Come back. Also, this phase will consolidate the gains made in the banking, insurance, and capital market. That's the financial service sector. It will also see to the taking of a significant stakes in mining. Inti yenyusu abujina poni yankoye community mining. Community mining na ya. Siyasi abeya ejapa royalties na mosimo mayanya. Ye befa kwaye befa so tu. Gold ne eniema no e de adwane afiri o man wem. Inti yemfa abujina po osano de right ketwa no Samuel Jinapo ya kire no krono bo nti yemfa ono ni yenyusu no community mining but ya ni yetu ade no ni de adwane afiri Ghana ha oil and gas no matiesim on say your friend say to say omako fan crofo aba instead say ombe revamp no they are bringing in people abie a private a crude refinery companies to no Kwame Nkrumah yesi ye ho no President Mills, President Mahama baye through a wadakon omu pagya to esi ho. Say they are bringing in private companies, refining crude. And they have now privatized Tor. And obidia banu gold for oil. Sani ama when na our document we mo. Sani ama when na our document we. Jerry say, look, Bobie, the Japadia document is a Kufado's playbook. Look at SMLGRA now taking over upstream oil and petroleum sector and also gold. These guys will face the anger of the people after they exit office. Yes. Voila. Go for a Dutch back or Germany, not tourists. How can a private company, SML, take over a Juma and Kesa GRA, any MPA for ye, and the oil industry, but the SML are here, and Yakufado cousin, and yeah. Into phase 2 from 2021, and Yema Omo execute no take over. Yemura oil and gas industry more, they are doing it. Telecommunications, marine and aviation. Me pacho mo from information bra omu ra every sector omu dominate be bia tio the area of general manufacturing and commerce, which was not part of the phase 1, has been introduced here. Manufacturing and commerce. Eyada na me kofa niema ba. Ye say yemfa bill enko to parliament. Eni se me pese me kofa niema a ese me kohunu ayi Jimini ti say ayi Ketiamo. Na ono akyerɛ me quantity ni niema a metimi afa e de aba oman no mu. Ompeso mo yere system no. Omo renda obia hiani. Na obia akọ mo akọ sresre. Kwasi afọ saa. Now with the banking, insurance and capital market, that's the financial sector. Or say, control of this vital area will need to be expanded from a 2-tier system to 3 tiers. Consequently, the strategies to be deployed in each of the subsectors will be along the lines of mother, that's the supervisory, biological children, direct control, and adopted children, indirect control. So you know the mother serpent. Then the children also taking over. Obabe cheche the banking sector no mother no mu. Oriakwaba. Okay. So we are going. Mbacho uwo phone so.
My phone so but we
okay. No, we me ya de kosa ya ne de kosa.
Boss me come there can say. Baby I shall say this is level elections no. We say me bana meet you.
Yeah.
We had shall say no me be can. Last week na me can NDC for asem.
Yeah.
Me can me the to na de atoa. Me the to na de atoa. When I was telling you catch the Ghana for nyina so omo ye adwuma pa. Won some can last week ene ne no. Okabo mu a.
Ongusu yo.
Okabo mu a. And twice mu.
Ongusu yo.
Say me dey shall say.
Ene dey japade.
You really can see na na say you hear the giant ma be ye japade.
Okay, so the banking mother. Control of the mother is essential to control the industry. That's the banking sector, right? Maybe I send the document number. What's the name? Very good. So far, the head of the mother and his first deputy are strongly aligned to our cause. They are from our compound, and we perceive no threat from these two. The second deputy appeases the gender advocate, and is also not a source of discomfort. In this vein, there is no need for changes in those places. It is however noted that the head is likely to reach. So it goes now. The mother, you need to what you say.
That's the Bank of Ghana.
That's the Bank of Ghana.
Yeah.
The biological children, so what you say.
Deputies.
Then yambo adebisu under the biological children no you know so esi. Oh. And I read, these are banks in which we should have controlling interest. The collapse of local banks with ties to the opposition NDC and other rival political factions during the cleanup operations undertaken by the mother was a resounding success. It facilitated the flow of substantial financial resources into our war fund through backflow of some of the advertised cleanup costs. The NDC has been poor, incoherently and consistently demanding detailed accountability and audit of the funds spent. True or false?
True.
That's right. The process further led to the establishment of Consolidated Bank Ghana. True or false? Currently, a wholly owned government of Ghana Bank and our proxies are well placed to take controlling interest when the bank is eventually returned to private ownership. And I think they have started the process.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so many say
they have started the process.
Yeah, they know. Dr. Papa was in the Virgin Bank. You do for Virgin Banks.
Okay. So now we know the bank, the mother, the biological children, and communities. Issues about ABSA is here. EcoBank. Nina ewa hase. Okay, insurance ewa. Issues about adopted children said ye omono edian be but yen dealing with mining, oil and gas industry. That is 1.43 in Pachoko mining, oil and gas industry. Okay, so our mining as well as oil and gas strategies constitute a major plank of the blueprint for controlling the extraction of natural resources which God has generously bestowed on Ghana, particularly the Achim land. Kasiasem, Jimmy. Growing environmental factors are rendering risky our use of illegal small-scale mining Galamsey as a source of financing our political objectives. There is therefore the need to roll out a more rigorous legal means of controlling significant stake in the legal gold value chain. The community mining to this end, a cursory look at the approved concessions should be looked at. Asante Bediato is to lead the process to take over these concessions detailed below and consolidate them into the extended Ejapa LLC, incorporated in Jersey. So they have the companies, groups, enterprises qualified to operate here. Oko Ashanti region, company Kalim Abdullahi Concentration Enterprise, they are there. Develop Peace Mining Enterprise, Omo Amansia West, Achman Ponwa, Bentes Enterprise, they are there. Oko Central Region, Upper Denchira. Companies noa ewo ahanyina omo ya adwuma. They have given them license and they are working effectively. All these companies, they are there. Document way bibia nu ewo mu a eyentro. So listed companies no bebre amase West Okrampo de womo ye wo se ojafadum no bebre. All these companies, Cobra Gold Mining Company, Rosda Enterprise, their mining group, omunyina, they are there. Now, oba bedru issues about funds, about telecommunication, and yanya ya no sisi ampacho yembi ono sisi a akonta mining one telecommunication. Also, we currently do not have much foothold in this sector. The critical role that telecom companies play in the lives and economic fortunes of this country require us to make a strong entry into the sector. The successful planting of Kenny GVG into the telecom sector has given us unparalleled advantage in terms of having a view of activity flow within the sector and the ability to monitor communication of persons of our choosing. The intelligence monitor communication of persons. Okay, the intelligence gathering power allows us to target and eliminate any potential threat from within the MPP, particularly those not inherently loyal to our cause, and nanas, which include members of the opposition NDC. Say mimi there, minimum ka say mimi Facebook. Wamuna e control mi Facebook o. Enti na mimi mayaba nche mi account. Ana se enkomo so na ombetie se mimi enkomo na ombetie dia. Mimi enkomo yi. Eya me ne mo adwuma yi a. Adwuma yi aga bi ne akufu adum yi ya. E won koma. Entu dia utie bia. Adwadi fo nkomo. Ana mimi die bi ni nkobo fufuro bia. Na me production team nkomo a yedie na nkoda ne kakra bi so nkomo kakra bi asa mimi ni nkomo bia bi o de mbetie bia no adwadi a me ne mo eye mo yeso de mo amoni tia Zion fo nkomodie mudibi bo ye Zionist fo mo tebe pono so asori aye koi mukobi mo awurade anim a mukoi ihe anim nyina ti se me ko awurade anim na betie mewura de ni nko dia yane de no problem because minu mienu nyanya me ne boy ho ban the say wetie eye yewura de ya me ko nanim nkomo na hopeso otia go ahead and listen na bo se me ni ewura de so kasa ya oda ne ho adi said oda ne ho adi kire mo no da ne ho adi ediche komo fufuro bia ni ho bio komo fufuro bia eni wa beti but they are using it to monitor their opponents. They are using it to monitor their opponents into omo ateki a yes center stage. Omo ateki control. Hwɛ omo wie no. Saturday we taking control of a telecommunication sector no. Ade de babe ni. Start from the political terrain. Point 2. The political terrain. And minia meye we ni mawa then major amount na dia ye wie we no ani aba be district assembly dia no quick. The political terrain. Pacho obi a ofolo bia nyi document na o say as we make the final push for the EC registration, it is important to roll out our final onslaught to ensure that NDC eventually becomes a French party. Whereas we do not expect the Electoral Commissioner herself to blatantly cripple the NDC, we could deploy the other non-EC functions, such as the need to maintain law and order, using our people within the security agencies to frustrate NDC supporters from either registering or voting. Brian Champion will be key in this endeavor. Epacho Esiana NC. Esiana NC. Enti. And yes, sir, are selling your conscience.